Hi guys, welcome to another Official London Photography Tours. My name's Luke and today we're going to be looking at Aperture. We're going to use this beautiful horse's skull to show you what Aperture is. Okay, so let's get to it. What is Aperture in its most simplistic form? Aperture is a hole inside your lens. You can adjust the aperture value, the size of the hole in the lens, to make it larger or smaller. A larger hole allows more light into the lens. A smaller hole allows less light into the lens. Now we adjust aperture in values of f numbers. f4 is a large hole and f22 is a very small hole. This lens goes from f4 to f22. I can buy a different lens and I get an f1.2, which means the hole is even larger and even more light can come in. Now if I set my camera to manual mode for the M here and adjust my aperture values, then if I don't adjust the shutter speed or ISO, then I can dictate how light or dark the photo is. So if I take a photo and the photo is underexposed or too dark, then I can change my aperture value from f22, which is a small hole, to f4, which is a large hole. Or if the photo is overexposed or too light, then I can adjust the aperture value from f4, which is a large hole, down to f22, which is a smaller hole. Now, that's aperture value in most simplistic form, but there's another technique we can use in Aperture, and actually this is the main reason why we use it, and that is depth of field. The best way of explaining depth of field is for me to show you. So let's do this now. Okay, so here we have this beautiful horse's skull which I'm going to photograph, and we're going to look at a shallow depth of field. This is one of the main reasons why we focus on our aperture. So first things first, I'm going to set my camera to ISO 400. This is a very standard setting I use for my photography, particularly on cloudy days. So ISO 400, and stick it to AV mode for Canon. Most other cameras would be either AV or A, that means the aperture value. This means I can adjust the aperture and the shutter speed will automatically be adjusted so the photo will be perfectly exposed. So I don't need to worry about the shutter speed. So first things first, let's stick it on f4 to get this photo. I'm going to zoom in nice and close and I'm going to focus round about here in this shot. Okay, as you can see in this photo, that this is going to be in focus and then the background is going to become out of focus. This is why we shoot at a very low number, f4. Now if I had another type of lens, I could go down to f1.2, which means the background would be really blurred out. So my next setting I'm going to put on is f8, and we're going to take another shot. Okay, the difference between f4 and f8 is more of the background is coming into play. I can actually see defined shapes. I can start to see the daisies as a complete shape rather than a blurred out pattern. What happens if we stick it on f14 and take another shot? Well, let's find out now. Okay, so every time I increase the number, so from f4 to f14, we see more and more detail in the background. So this stays in focus and the background stays in focus too. I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to stick it to f22. That's the highest number I can get on this lens. Okay, as you can see in this photo, the foreground is in detail and pin sharp, and the background has a lot of detail in as well now. So we're starting to see the daisies and the grass in the background. This is one of the reasons why we shoot in Aperture. We can dictate where the point of view is and the field of focus in the photo. So I can dictate the viewer to look here in my photo or here and in the background at the same time. I hope this makes sense. Until next time, have a lot of fun taking photos. Goodbye.